So, we officially finished our basement near the end of 2024, but you know me, if I don't edit the video right away, then it just gets forgotten about. So here we are a year later. Here's a good look at what we were starting with. It was mostly unfinished, except for a bathroom that was already down there. I didn't show the bathroom until the end because we didn't end up changing much, just cleaned it up and swapped out some hardware. The hardest part at the start though was figuring out where to move all of the stuff we had already stored down there. My original dream for this space was to actually run a home daycare, and that's why the very first thing we did was install a separate entrance, which is that door you see there, and also plan for a small kitchen. Ultimately, life went in a different direction, but we decided to keep the kitchen plans and turn the space into a studio apartment instead. So here you can see we've started on the subfloor, and at this point most of the insulation and framing on the exterior walls had been done by my ex and myself, but then there came a bit of a pause due to personal life events. But fast forward a bit, and my boyfriend and I decided to bring in a contractor to help finish out the framing, bulkheads, drywall, electrical, etc. Not because we couldn't do it ourselves, but because time was more important at this point. So the contractors framed out the new interior door to the basement unit and built a wall between the bathroom and the laundry room to close off the apartment space. You can see all the electrical work done here with new pot lights and some HVAC rerouting. Once the insulation and drywall went in, this was one of the most exciting moments because that's when it really started to look like a livable space. This corner by the window here is where the kitchen would go. The steel framing for the bulkheads went up next, and I actually love how they helped define the kitchen area from the living space. You can see the venting and gas line ready for the stove, and all the pot lights are now working perfectly. Then, once all the drywall was up, plastered and sanded, we jumped back in ourselves to take over painting, flooring, and trim. We didn't bother paying the contractor for painting. I've painted plenty of rooms and honestly I enjoy it. The color we used is Collingwood by Benjamin Moore, which is a warm, soft gray we've used throughout most of the house. Also, here is a storage area. It's not part of the unit, but we redid the flooring here too, and I finally got it organized properly. My dad came to help Paul with most of the vinyl flooring, which was a huge help, and I jumped in near the end to finish it off. And then next came the kitchen layout, probably one of my favorite parts. I mapped it all out on the floor with painter's tape before the installers came. When the kitchen designer showed up, she said she was really impressed with my accuracy and that I'd basically made her job way easier, so I was super proud of that. And there's also a little storage space tucked under the stairs for the tenant as well. So here we are in the home stretch before installing the kitchen and baseboards. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video between this stage and the final reveal, so let's skip right to the end. Starting at the bottom of the stairs, you can see we added a little door for the understair storage. I'm now standing in front of the interior door that leads back to the stairs and to the laundry room, with the intended bedroom space right in front of me. To the left is the living area, and at the far end, the kitchen. It's surprisingly spacious for a basement apartment, has a full-size fridge, gas range, dishwasher, microwave, large sink, and a ton of cabinet space, and we even added a peninsula with room for bar stools. Here's the bathroom, also pretty spacious, even if it's a little dated style-wise, and the door leading out to the backyard. We also added a small cabinet on the back side of the peninsula for extra storage as well. I'm so happy with how everything turned out. It feels like there's so much potential for this space now. I'd love to eventually turn it into Xavier's playroom, but I don't think he's quite old enough for that yet. But either way, I've got plenty of dreams for it down the road. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any feedback on what you think of the space or what you might have done differently, please let us know because we'd love to hear.